I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize this video because I showed my hubris.
Looking for a cabin somewhere in the mountains, way out in the boonies, in the middle of Nevada. Burning up gas like it's going out of style, just around the corner, just another mile. I'm looking for this cabin. It's somewhere in these mountains, way out in the boonies, in the middle of Nevada. Hoping that I'll find it 'cause I know you'll like it, and then when I find it I can share it all with you.
Hey, Wonderhussy here, just doing a little off-roading on a beautiful late spring day in the middle of nowhere. But this time, I'm going back to a place that I've already been once, but failed the first time. This was about, oh gosh, well, it was January 2019, so almost a year and a half ago. I remember it was January 1st, New Year's Day. Talk about getting the year off to a bad start. I was trying to get to a cabin that was, well, way up in these mountains. But, well, long story short, there was still a lot of snow on the ground, and I wasn't sure of the road condition, and I couldn't see the road beneath the snow, so I ended up pulling over, and then I tried to hike the rest on foot because I got pretty close, but the snow was so deep, I couldn't really see where I was going, and then I remember I saw a big paw print in the snow that looked like a mountain lion, and I decided it probably wasn't prudent to continue hiking that way. So I tried another approach, that didn't work. Started running out of daylight. Anyways, the end of the story is I had to give up and turn back. And gosh, well, like I said, that was almost a year and a half ago, but it's been burning a hole in my chest ever since. I really want to get to this dang cabin. So I happen to be in the area-ish today, and I happen to have plenty of daylight left. And well, it being late April, there's no more snow on the ground. So I figure, why not try again? And so I'm on my way back up. I'm almost to the part where I had to turn around last time. But, well, there might not be any snow on the ground, but look what there is on the ground. Dun, dun, dun! Just like a scene right out of The Godfather. It's a dead burro's head. Maybe not quite The Godfather. Maybe more like Casino. Because remember in Casino, the mafia guys kept butting heads with the old cowboys? So that's more like something they'd find in their bed. A burro's head. Anyway, hopefully that's not a bad omen. Hopefully it means the mountain lions in this area are well fed and won't be bothering me. Okay, wow. I think I just grew a 50-pound pair of balls driving up this road here. I think I remember reading about this online, that the road to this cabin is really gnarly because it's really narrow with a pretty steep drop-off on one side. In fact, I thought somebody told me, or I read somewhere, that really you should only try to do it in an ATV or a Razor or something like that. But then I also remember seeing photos online of a bunch of Jeeps parked at this cabin, so I know there's a way to drive up to it. And well, by golly, anywhere that a Jeep can go, I can go. But, you know, I have, as usual, I didn't do like the best route planning. I have the location pinned on my Google map, and I downloaded a map of the area, but, you know, some of these little 2-tracks aren't on Google Maps. So, according to Google Maps, the road ended, well, down there. And so all this hairiness that I just drove doesn't exist according to Google Maps. So, it looks like I don't have any signal here, so I can't really do any like precise calculations. It looks like I'm only about a half a mile from this dang cabin, which I could easily hike, but I just don't know which direction it's in, you know? And I feel like I'm kind of at a crossroads here, literally. The road splits. There's a spur that goes up there, and then there's this road continues on down there, and then of course back the way I came. Well, I tried that direction for a bit, but my little dot on Google was moving farther away from the cabin, and then I tried going down that way, but same thing. And let me tell you something, those roads aren't easy to turn around on. So I didn't want to go too far past the point of no return, you know. As it was, I had to do like a 30-point turn up there just to get back. Gosh, I feel like an idiot doing this, but I guess I'm just gonna hike to the top of that peak there and, well, take a look around and see what I can see. Okay, dang it. I hiked up to the top of that ridge behind where I was parked, and, well, there's an amazing view. Let me show you that first. There's that salt lake bed that I drove across this morning. The other cabin I went to earlier today is on the other side over there somewhere. And you can see clear to the friggin' Sierras. I'm not sure what mountain that is. That might be Boundary Peak. That might not be the Sierras. That might be the White Mountains. I don't know. They're covered in snow, and it's an amazing view. And this friggin' cabin, I think it's, gosh, it must be somewhere down in there in that little valley, because it has a very unique geographical feature to it. I don't want to give it away until we get there. And that looks like, well, gosh, either down in that little valley there or up on that next saddle. And, you know, I'm trying to follow this blue dot on Google Maps, but on foot, you know, you go so slow, you can hardly see it move. So I think by hiking this way, I was going in the right direction. So 10th time's the charm. I'm going to get back in my car, and I am going to continue on that road, which I already tried for a little bit, but it seemed like it was taking me the wrong way. Well, I think that might be because it zigzags and goes around. I think that's the way. Oh my God, I've never been so friggin' excited to make it to a cabin in my life. Boy, that was a hard-won victory. It's almost 3:30. So, unfortunately, I can't spend very much time here, but, well, doesn't look like there's much going on anyways. Hey, check this out. First of all, massive props to my sexy beast for getting me up here. Good job. But yeah, look, this is the distinctive geological feature I was talking about. Oh man, this cabin is, I guess it was built under this giant precariously leaning rock for shelter. I don't know if I would want to sleep in a cabin under a rock like that. I mean, whatever shelter offered by the rock would, in my case, certainly be offset by apprehension for what gravity might wreak. Okay, before I go poke around this cabin and little homestead, just a note on, well, I'm really glad I didn't try hiking here, especially the first time in the snow, because, well, like I was trying to explain, on Google Maps, it showed it only being a half a mile or so. So it looked like an easy hike. Well, it was up and down and all around. So it was a half a mile as the crow flies. But if I'd been hiking that thing, gosh, it was probably more like 3 miles. So I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it the time in the snow. And even just now when I set out on foot, that would have been a long, tiresome hike. And, well, part of me was just glad to save the energy. But part of me, well, I'm not going to lie, you know, I hated having those jeepers have their picture up here. And, well, by golly, I guess I wanted to show everybody what kind of off-roading I can do. I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize this video because I showed my hubris, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I won't be overly hubristic. I do know my limits, and I'm only going to explore this thing for about a half hour. Then I'm going to turn around and get going back down that rough road while I have plenty of daylight and plenty of time to find a campsite. Okay, all that being said, let's go check out this cabin. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to say the name of the cabin, but, well, you could probably figure out what it's called just by looking at it. That's all I'll say about that. Then there's the cabin itself, and there's this little doghouse. And then I think there was like some busted up thing over there too, but let's just go straight for the sweet gooey center and walk right into this cabin under this rock. I mean, might as well do that first because who knows, this rock might finally fall down and squash it before we get a chance. Okay, I'm gonna say this thing's pretty busted up inside. It's certainly not airtight, and it looks like it's seen better days, but it is interesting that there's all this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like wood and cement on the rock up there. Like there used to be some other kind of wood framing attached. I don't know what that was. And then this pole here, which at first glance looks like it's sort of propping up the rock. I guess that was just to sort of hold up a stovepipe or a drain pipe or something. And well, that might have had something to do with whatever was going on up there. Oh yeah, it does look like there's some kind of water catchment system, because look at this pipe coming down from, oh yeah, see, whatever that concrete was, it looks like maybe it was some kind of catchment basin for rain. And then the water went down into this water tank, which looks like it's partially subterranean, I guess, to keep it cold. And then look here. I don't know what that's in there for. That was holding something up too. No telling what was going on at this site. To be honest, I don't really remember the history of this place. I think I did do some research into it back 14, 16 months ago, whenever I tried to come here the first time. I feel like, well, legend has it the guy was a moonshiner, but I either read something to discredit that, or I just personally discredited that theory, because if you're moonshining, why would you be doing it way up here in the hills, away from any city or mine camp? I mean, I know there was some sizable-ish ghost town, or mining towns that are now ghost towns down in the valley, but I can't imagine a moonshiner being this remote. So I think it was probably just some miner, and I think his wife that lived up here. Maybe there'll be some information on the history inside. All right, might as well go on in. Door doesn't appear to be latched or anything. It just has this wire on it to pull it shut behind you. Oh my word. Slightly terrifying. Mostly interesting. I'm just gonna walk on in. It's just, oh, it's 2 rooms. So there's this room, and then there's this sort of like annex over there. So this room here, let me just, well, I'm gonna step back into the doorway. Okay, so we're looking at it. It's 1 room, simple affair. Stove in the corner, although I can't imagine who would take shelter in here. Even in the worst storm, I'd rather sleep in my car. Jeez. Some wood laid in. And then it looks like just a bunch of people post their business cards on the walls. And then if you didn't bring a business card, it looks like, well, at least one person scratched their name in the wall. Oh, wow, look at this. Somebody wrote their name, I guess, in, is that Russian? Looks like some Russian dudes were here. Yikes. But then, yeah, mostly business cards. And then, wow, what's in this? Lifts up. Well, it's like a window, but it's like one of those windows that just looks out into an alleyway. Only in this case, looks out at the rock. Or look that way, too. Funny. Like there was a little latch on it. Aw, I mean, this cabin is really rough hewn, but you can see that it was really built with love. And the ceiling, roof, well, there's some cracks in it, but it's still fairly solid, you know what I mean? Wouldn't take much. Oh, wow, look, coffee. Motherlode Coffee Roasting Company. Freshest darn coffee, fair trade and organic, Sonora, California. Interesting. More business cards. Gosh, I guess I better leave a sticker here. What are these? Oh, look, here's some stickers for, some tickets for something at Bally's. An outrageous comedy about Vegas. I was stripped. Oh, I see. Carl LeBove. I never even heard of that show. I wonder how old these tickets are. Well, Vegas is all shut down now anyways, because I'm shooting this right in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, so there ain't nothing going on in Vegas. All these business cards. Here's a calendar somebody put on the wall from, it says it's from Yarrington, a supermarket, I guess a Mexican market in Yarrington. Oh, but it's a 2015 calendar, so it's a little out of date. Oh, maybe this is the dude who left it here. Rudy Garcia. Well, he's from Reno. He's not from Yarrington. What gives, bro? Look at this dude. Relentless fabrication. You know he's hardcore because of the font he used and the R is bleeding. Whoa. Or how about this guy? This guy's got an American flag and a gun. Russ Spilker. Sparks. Black. What does it say? Sparks Black Rifle. Now that guy is an American, okay? Anyway, just the usual collection of off-roaders and hardcore badasses, you know. The usual type of people who come to these places. And then I'm not really sure what this creepy football player scarecrow thingy is, but it just gives the place a sort of Blair Witch vibe, if you know what I mean. Alright, so that was room number 1. Let's go to room number 2. Oh, it looks like there's a bar in here too. If you've been watching my videos, the last one I made, I just went to another cabin across the valley that had a bottle of Fireball whiskey in it and I actually took a sip out of it. Whew. What do we have here? Oh, peppermint schnapps. And there is a little bit left. Boy, I feel like I'm on a pub crawl up in the mountains, like an off-roading pub crawl. Like one of those poker runs where the bikers go, like stop at all the brothels, stop at all the cabins and have a shot. Boy, I'd be wasted in no time. All right, well, there's not much in here. Oh, look, there's a trash bag. How kind. I guess the trash company comes for pickup. No, it doesn't. People take your stuff down with you. What is this? I don't get it. Anyway, aside from the trash bag, the bar and this awesome, really rustic, rough-hewn table and bench, which is pretty dusty. There is this ammo box that I'm guessing has all kinds of interesting stuff in it. So we'll check that out. First of all, you can see on the outside, there must be a silver Sharpie in it because, boy, there are names from all over. Looks like most of them are from 2016. Maybe the box was put here in 2016. This must be a fairly popular cabin, you know, because the road's so gnarly to get up here. You got to have balls the size of, well, this Empire State Building to get here. Whoa. All right, let's see what goodies we have in here. Oh, spaghetti rings. Man, if you were starving, be a lifesaver. Oh, and you could pair it with, oh, there's all kind of food in here. Few granola bars, some MREs, beef enchilada in sauce, and refried beans. Oh, you could have a whole Mexican meal with spaghetti in Nature Valley. Oh, then even the little warming stove is in here for the MRE. Cool, man. Let's see what else. Oh, some picante sauce from an MRE. What's this? Oh, some Sudafed, just in case you want to cook some meth up while you're here. Some Jolly Ranchers or similar. Oh, I thought there was going to be a notebook in here, but no, there's not. Really gross old pair of earbuds. Yuck. It looks like they were those peanut butter cheese crackers. Oh man, I could go for some of those right now. Yeah, I love those things. Oh, Werther's. Those are good too. Those candies, hard candies. Werther's. Salt. Well, really not much in here, darn it. This was out, but this belongs with the MRA, so I'll put it back in here. All right, well, just some bare necessities. And then people did put their names, like people will just write their name on any surface they can find. I haven't seen any dates. Those were 2019. I haven't seen any dates newer than 2019. Surely someone's been here since then. Well, I'm definitely going to have to leave my mark here. And I have a sticker with me, but there's no other stickers on that ammo box. So I feel like putting it on there to cover up people's names would be kind of a dick move, and I don't want to do that. So I don't really have a business card. I guess I'll just stick a sticker up on a nail, you know, instead of a business card. But first, let me go explore the rest of this little homestead. Okay, back outside. I guess it'll be okay to leave the door open while I'm here on site. Let the place air out a bit. Let's go down and check out this. Well, I called it a doghouse, but it was probably some kind of chicken coop or what do you call it? Pantry. Somebody classy left a Gatorade bottle in here. You know, that's how you know classy people were around. This is interesting though, because there's that hole in the back, like there was a stovepipe in here, so like it was a dwelling. I don't know. Just to back up, there's that weird like half wall going through it halfway. Not sure. Seems like it'd have to be a pretty short person to live in here. You know what I mean? Like I'm 5'3" and well, I can't even get through. Weird. Okay, let's go over here. I mean, there are collapsed ruins of several things laying about there, up here. Oh, and then if you look, well, that's clearly looks like it was a foundation to a building there. So there must have been another little shack up here. Well, down, I guess this is kind of like a wash that we're in, a ravine. And it goes down all the way to the valley. I don't know why they had buildings in the ravine, in the wash, but they did. And then look, gosh, look at that view. Look at the depth, all the different layers. First of all, I love this kind of, I guess this is granite and kind of like high desert, mountain, scrub, chaparral. I'm not sure what you would call that. A few pinyon pines down into that desolate, flat, well, almost like a dry lake valley. And then rising back up in the hills towards the mountains covered in snow. Oh my gosh, what a view. Just makes me so darn glad to live in the West. Oh wow, it almost looks like there's a trail going down there to the end, like there's some kind of overlook. Which, well, since we're here anyway, we might as well go check out. Hiking down, you see a few old metal cans. No telling. I don't remember what year the guy lived up here, when he died, if anyone lived here after him, or any of the historical details to this site, unfortunately. But look, walking down this sandy little trail, it almost seems like there was more buildings down here. Look at that. That looks like the foundation of some kind of building, or, oh wow, look. It's like a cistern. Oh dang, it goes deep too. Wow. So maybe he stored water in there. Maybe it was a moonshiner's operation. Why would he need so much water otherwise? This giant friggin' above ground water tank. Guy was collecting a lot of water. I mean, I guess they get rainfall up here. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a desert area. But then again, it was covered in snow when I came here the first time, so. Let's see if there's anything in here. Nope. Dry as a bone. But check this out. I just spotted this can is real old and it's just laying out here. Open to the sky as you please. An old Budweiser pull tab. Man, people have been drinking beer here for years. All right, well, let's keep going down. Oh my God, it smells amazing up here, like these pine trees. Oh, holy moly, you guys, this view is going to be so sick. Are you ready? Dun da da dun, da da dun, da da dun. Holy cannoli. I don't know when I've ever seen a view like this. This is unreal. Wow. For those of you watching who can't see, I know I have at least one or two blind fans. It's, well, pretty much like I just described. There's all this crazy granite rocks and boulders, all these weird shapes coming up, almost like fingers, and then, or like stalactites in a cave, like just real weird lumpy granite formations. And then kind of like a steep sheer drop beyond them, and it just plunges down into this valley that, well, it looks like it might be just covered in sagebrush. It's a big, flat sagebrush plain. And then that even goes down farther to a little kind of like barren, dry lake. And then behind that, the mountains start rising up again. Gradually, 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 until you have this snow-covered peak towering in the very far distance. It's a pretty dramatic view. Boy, talk about a Louis L'Amour novel. You know, you can just see the lone rider riding along the ridge. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. And it smells good. You know what it smells like? Besides me? It smells like victory. You know, I tried to get to this cabin the first time. Decided that it wasn't prudent, and as much as I hated to, I turned around because I felt like it was a smart thing to do. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. I did, and here I am. And you tell me, was it worth it? Far out, man. What a beautiful spot. I'm so glad I decided to try to come up here. I almost wrote it off again because I thought there'd be snow up here still, because the other place that I originally wanted to explore today did still have snow. But hey, I'm glad I tried it out because it worked out great. Fingers crossed that I can still get down okay. Oh, before I leave, I gotta leave a... Well, I was gonna leave a sticker in the cabin, but I don't have that many stickers left. So instead, I think I'm gonna leave... Well, everybody else was leaving business cards. I don't have a business card. But I do have a postcard. It's from this movie my friend Gary made about me once. It's a long story, but yes, I'm riding a bike in a showgirl outfit with a ventriloquist dummy strapped on my back. Hey, that'll leave them wondering. Okay, I just put up my my card so they know I was here. I stuck it on a little nail that was poking through. I don't know if you can see that on my elbow. And then I kind of tucked it into that piece of wood there. It says, well, Wonderhussy, I put the date, 4/25/20. And then I wrote YouTube coming out of my mouth, and check it out, coming out of the ventriloquist dummy's mouth. Well, that's that. I just closed the door as best I can. I mean, there's no way to latch it or anything. And well, I guess I'm just gonna have to say bid my farewells to this cozy little cabin in a very precarious location. Yikes.